Hey Breezers, how are you? We have a Shanny and Rev update, but first we're going to read the comments on Rev's video, and then we will go ahead and watch it. So Bat Brat posted 17 minutes ago and said, "You should be our charity case. Why should my husband have to go to work 16-hour days, 6 days a week, be far away from his family, and give any of that money he busted his butt for you or to you? Why, Jason? Give me 2 good reasons why you deserve someone else's hard-earned money. None of those things have ever happened to you. Shanny got herself fired from a job for being on YouTube while working. You have never had a job to get fired from. Mommy has always taken care of you because you are weak. You and Shanny got yourselves evicted because you don't pay your rent. You live in filth and you get the cops called on you because of your actions. I hope you are keeping that place clean, Jason, because if not, it's only a matter of time before you end up right back where you were before your uncle let you back in. You are right, though, Jason. It's Thanksgiving. We give thanks for what we have and the people we have in our lives. We will all be with our families, spending time with the ones we love and stuffing our faces with all the dishes that were made with so much love because we aren't pieces of trash who mooch off everyone around us. We work for what we need and what we want. Soup kitchens are open on Thanksgiving. Soup kitchens are open. I want to stop right here and say this. And so many churches, I've seen so many schools around where I am giving out free Thanksgiving dinners for those in need, those people who need it, people with families who maybe can't provide. Shanny and Jason don't want to look for any of those things. They just want your money. Let's see. Soup kitchens are open on Thanksgiving. Swallow your pride, don't know how you have any to be honest, and go. You can't depend on strangers to pay your way through life for the rest of your lives. You two can't afford to keep toilet paper in your place, but you expect others to keep up on their bills, their groceries, their families, and pay for what you need? Get real, dude. I really hope people stop donating these two so they actually learn something in life. So that they are actually forced to do something for themselves instead of depending on strangers and his elderly uncle to support them. I know children who are more responsible than these two. Speaking of children, has Shanny done her drug test yet to be able to see her kids? Or is she content with seeing them through a screen and not being able to hug them? I'm going to go with she's content with the screen. It's where she's comfortable because she doesn't have to move or lose any of the calories she has consumed. You two should be beyond embarrassed of yourselves. I actually really like that comment. It was, it was brutally honest, but it's what needs to be said. Dracul said, Rev, you need to stop lying for Shanny. Nobody ever called your jobs because neither one of you have had a job the entire time you've been together, so that's a lie. You get kicked off YouTube for being racist and breaking terms of service. That's your fault. And nobody called your landlord to the point you got kicked out. That's another lie. You didn't pay your rent and you got kicked out of 2 different places because you refused to get a job and pay your rent. You got kicked out of another apartment because you and Shanny were always screaming and fighting. Stop lying. So you guys, they have no plans to get a job. I just did a video earlier this morning, where Shanny even retweets something on Twitter saying she wasn't meant for a job. She's just meant to be like hand-fed berries or something. I don't know. You guys will have to watch the video. But I mean, that's how they think. They think that they don't need to work, that they don't need to find a way to provide. They have a chip on their shoulders and think that everybody owes them something. Okay, let's see. You got kicked off of YouTube for being racist and breaking terms of service. That's your fault. And nobody called your landlord to the point you got kicked out. That's another lie. You didn't pay your rent and you got kicked out of 2 different places because you refused to get a job and pay your rent. You got kicked out of another apartment because you and Shanny were always screaming and fighting. Stop lying. I'm going to like that comment. M Retired said, Shanny needs love. And I think they're quoting her. So my arthritis is effing my back up and my fibro is giving me intense vertigo. I wish for once I get a good day. I'm sick of being laid up, drained of all the strength. Jason, Shanny is making me do this. EBT ran out. We need foods. Openly and repeatedly mocking your uncle's goodwill will get you thrown out. Get ready. Kelly the sequel said, I'm in need too, buddy. You know what I do? I work or reduce expenses. Get a dang job. Chaos is Everywhere said, I'm in desperate need also, but I'm not online begging every day. I have no money for Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas, etc. How about you help a person like me? My Cash App, and they put their Cash App. I try to work and DD when I'm able. I've never been given help. I also didn't have $700,000 and blew it on stupid things. Karma said, nobody cares what your PayPal is because only a fool would send you money. If you can play games, then you can work. Quit using Thanksgiving as a reason to beg. Melissa said, it's time, Rev. It's time. Jesus is ashamed. Kelly put a bunch of little violins. All One World said, please give us money even though we hate everyone on the internet and only use it to e-beg. Lyrics of Dust said, docs away, numbnuts. All That You Touch said, what you are saying is true, but since you no longer have so much money, then buy less expensive food and cook it. You could even save money that way. Denny Trick said, Jason, every city starting today is handing out Thanksgiving boxes stuffed with food. Even Scranton. Your Medicaid covers everything from aspirin to prescriptions. Your EBT is meant to last a month. You live in a world of delusion and lies you believe yourself. Jesus and your mom would turn their backs on you because you refuse to be a man and work. Your uncle will toss your butts out next, and that will be the best thing. Maybe tough love will do some good. Problematic said, some would already say you've lost the game, or some would say you've already lost the game. Marty Flanders said, toddlers have a better work ethic than these two. Let's see, scrolling up. Maddie Harris said, give people more entertaining content and maybe they'll be more open to donating. Coffee Artist said, what many have said, you guys brag about making more than any of us. You said Scammy makes more than we do with her Twitch job. You don't need help. Okay, let's see. Caroline, Georgia girl said, you do not have to come online. You choose to beg to keep from working. You and Shanny have been a charity case now for over 6 months with those boys. Your EBT should be cut in half. There are only 2 of you. Therefore, y'all do not have nearly the expenses. Truth be told, people that pretend to be ill make it very hard for people like me that are truly ill. You claim you guys are targeted. However, you both are the one who put all your business out there. As a Christian woman, I do feel bad that you let Shanny run through your inheritance. But as a Christian man, you know what 2 Thessalonians 3:10 says. A man who does not work shall not eat. People who are truly ill do not mind if the doctor's appointment takes 3 months, as Shanny says, because they truly need to be seen. I have a lifelong disability since birth and terminal illness. People who only seek to stay high make it nearly impossible for people like me. You have stated you cannot seek treatment because you need to see about Shanny. That probably is true because it appears from the size of her body these days she probably cannot wipe and maintain herself. As a man of God you claim to be, don't you realize that you are simply enabling her? She was not this obese when she came to you. Do you not think it would be more loving to require her to take care for herself? After all, your uncle owes Shanny nothing, and you are blessed that uncle I'd permitting y'all to stay there. The Bible talks of how easily a fool and his money are easily parted. I pray you wise up before you allow Shanny's behavior to part you from one of your last remaining living relatives. She already has cost you over $600,000 and y'all didn't even bother to try to salvage most of it. What you may not understand is DFCS can and will eventually come after Shanny for the support of those boys. You really need to stop enabling Shanny and get help for yourself. I won't lie, I came to know of you two through Dragnot. Usually I do not have much in common with atheists, but he is in the least honest about his beliefs. If my husband had enabled me when he was alive, enabled me to tear down my body further, I would have questioned how much he loved me. Now that you ask, however, my husband was, while commuting to work. He passed away from commuting to work when our son was small. The guy was high on marijuana in the middle of a fight with his girlfriend. Today, ironically, would have been his 55th birthday. Happy heavenly birthday to your husband. I imagine the post will fall on deaf ears, but you know as well as I do that you and Shanny are not legally married. There are still people that would still help you if you would show real conviction. Get yourself some help. We show how she treated you when you were suffering from wet brain or whatever you call it. There are people that deeply care about the boys and are glad they will be having a good holiday and pray they aren't missing their mom too much. Believe it or not, there are actually good Christian people left that would try to help Shanny if she would just try and show a little self-awareness and an honest attempt at self-awareness and try to do something positive for her boys, for a change. Let's see. Nemesis said, take your own advice and get off the internet and get alive. JR said, hey Rev, Shanny told us in her last stream that she makes more than minimum wage doing her Twitch streaming. So I don't think you guys need donations anymore. Thanks. I'm liking that comment. All right, I'm going to scroll up and you guys can read some of these at your own convenience. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Well, there's a lot of long ones, you guys. A lot of long comments. You know what? But good. They need to hear some of these things. They need to hear the truth. I don't know. I don't know if they actually read the comments or if they actually hear what people are saying, but mostly everybody's just like, help yourselves, you know? Donna said, this whole stream is a run-on lie. Let's see. Mary Burke said, if someone says something, it should be a $20 gas card only. If you send money, they will not use it for food, etc., or put gas in the car. It's only for the drugs and Delta 8. Let's see. Okay, Funky Butt said, you speak a lot about Jesus. The main idea behind Jesus, the thing we celebrate most about him, is that willingness to sacrifice of himself for the good of others. You, a Christian, come on here pretty much just to beg that others who have worked for their money give some to you, out of pity. You ask folks to sacrifice for the good of Rev, someone unwilling to sacrifice even for his own interests. You're literally the opposite of the concept of Jesus, the inverse of what a Christian might be. An antichrist, if you will. Ooh. Elsie asked, have you always been dishonest? Or was it just Shanny who turned you away from the correct path? You are no Christians. Okay, you guys. Gonna scroll up a little bit. Sandra said, you still believe Shanny's advice is good for you, huh? You must be stupid AF. You want gas? Work. You want help? Be friendly. You want to play video games? Win the lottery. Leave other people alone. And we're gonna go ahead and watch the video and off we go. Hi.
Hey guys, what's up? So,
hold on. Let me see if I could see what this is titled first. When you become them, you lose. Okay, this might have to be our thumbnail, woohoo. All right, off we go.
I basically just said something right
What'd you
now
say?
because you know, I don't
What?
know if I should bring up people involved ever because it's like, what's the point of that? You know, but there was somebody that did something that wasn't respectable. It's not something you should do, which is
I will never take your advice on what's respectable or what's not.
basically posting a picture to try and dox somebody's whereabouts.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no. Who did that?
So,
And didn't you guys already dox yourselves? I'm not saying anybody should do that, but I feel like you guys dox yourselves a lot of the time.
Shanny encouraged me to do this message because it's true.
Of
Stuff is done
course.
to
Oh,
us.
of course Shanny encouraged you to do the message. Of course.
Like calling workplaces, getting people fired, you know, harassing them to the point where their landlords want them out of their places.
What jobs could anybody have reported? You guys don't work and don't want to. Calling landlords. The motel I think you guys all got kicked out of. We saw that on the news. I hope everybody else found a warm, safe place to stay. Looks like you guys did because you were living off your uncle again. But what places could people call to have you kicked out of? And your other place, didn't you guys get evicted? And didn't you sell a home to G-Man for $1? Do you believe the stuff you say?
Swatting, uh, all of this crazy stuff is done to people like us. But the point is that if you start engaging in the exact same behavior as the people that are harassing you, you lose. Like it's a test in behavior, without a doubt. It's a test in behavior. Are you going to take the arrows and take all of the crap that you have to take for the sake of Jesus?
What is he talking about right now? I don't even know.
Are you going to take that, or are you going to start engaging in behaviors that are exactly what's done to you?
Uh huh.
If we do that, then you've lost the game.
I think you've already lost the game. It's been lost. The game's been over for a long time.
It is. It's a test of behavior. It's a test. Can I handle this? Can I be a real Christian and be like Jesus and turn the cheek, or am
Can I ask you an honest question? Do you think anything that you're doing is like Jesus? Even a little bit? Do you really think that? And I can't take you seriously with the ducktail thing going on your head.
I going to start posting pictures of people's houses and doxing people? That's the question. So
You would if somebody promised you Delta 8. You would.
that's really what I wanted to say. But if you guys would like to, and it would really help us out, and I honestly, chats give me so much anxiety anymore, guys. I can't really even look at what you're saying. But I
It's because you know deep down going online every day asking for a handout during the holidays when everybody's struggling in some sort, in some way. You have the nerve to always come on and ask for more. What about people who actually I'm not even saying this as a dig, but people who actually have their kids for the holidays, who need to feed their families? Do you think of anybody else, or you and Shanny just want that Subway for Thanksgiving that bad?
appreciate you. To the nice people, I appreciate you. Okay. My PayPal is at RevDude, RevDude, at RevDude.
Do not send him money, you guys. Do not. They get food stamps. They're living at their uncle's house. They should not be blowing through food stamps that fast unless they're doing something with those food stamps, which I have a great idea of what I think they're doing. I pretty much know. We've all, those of us in recovery, we know, right? We can spot this stuff from a mile away.
If you guys could help us out, because we're out of the EBT. I'm out.
How are you guys out so fast? I don't think you're spending your money very wisely if you're really even using your own EBT. You realize you get things like peanut butter, jelly, bread. You get beans, you get rice, you get tortillas, you get stuff that you can make multiple meals out of that will last a while. You don't get your EBT and go buy fast food and blow it all in a week.
Gas. I got to get some gas in the car. Um, so if you can hook us up today, I would really appreciate you a lot. It's Thanksgiving, you know. If you need a charity case, we can be that because we are in need.
You have some nerve. People, everybody has their own struggles going on, whether it's financial, whether they're dealing with family they don't want to see, whether they're dealing with the loss of a family. Everybody is struggling. Everybody needs help in some way right now. And for you to come on and say, hey, even though it's Thanksgiving and you guys need to feed your kids or your grandparents or your family, why don't you go ahead and hook us up?
Desperately. So my PayPal is at RevDude if you could help me out. But yeah, don't become like them. Don't do it. And if you see yourself starting to act like them, and if I started reading a lot of the chat, I would probably start almost becoming it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you find yourself engaging in those behaviors of these people, get yourself off the internet for an extended period of time
Wow.
because it can bring you back to earth. Like all that Shanny and I were doing when we didn't have the internet was Shanny was playing games and we were like playing through games like movies to see storylines, and it
Mm-hmm.
was fun.
Instead of playing so many games, why don't you guys put the effort into going to find a food bank or a church. Do you know how many places are giving away Thanksgiving dinners right now to people in need? And I would say, I guess at this point you're in need. I don't know how much in need you really are, but anyways, like there's so many places. If you get off the phone, get off the internet, stop playing games, look up somehow what food banks by you are giving away Thanksgiving dinners right now, or what soup kitchens are going to be open tomorrow. Like there's so much you could be doing instead of just turning on your camera and saying, "Hey, I want money."
And it was non-stressful and just good to spend time with my girl, you know? Like that's it. If you find yourself starting to stumble and treating people bad and yelling and raging and stuff like this, if especially if you're prone to it, if you're prone to raging, right?
Are you giving advice right now?
Get yourself off the internet for like a week or two, and see. Just remember how it feels to be not live streaming or even or paying attention to people that live stream or other
Take your own advice and stop doing that and go and help yourselves.
people's lives. Focus on your own life and pray if that's your thing. To get closer to God
Focus on your own life, but make sure to send me money.
in that time, because just don't do it. You get what I'm saying? Don't do it. Don't become like them. Every I really do value the time that I was off the internet, because now I it's like
Then why'd you come back?
this is
I know, to ask for donations.
shoved in my face and I have to look at this chat, and it's no. No. I can't do it anymore. For my own mental health, I can't do it anymore, guys. I know there's nice people out there too, but it's just
It would help your mental health a lot. And I know it helped me a lot when I first came out of addiction, like doing things for myself, helping myself. Do you know what I mean? Like you feel like crap most of the time because you're not doing anything to fix your situation, and you know that. I bet you if you got a job and started providing for your family, you'd feel so much better about yourself. I guarantee it, but you won't do it because change is uncomfortable and you don't know what it's like to have a job, so you don't want to do it.
too much for me at this point. I got to get my head sorted, and then maybe I could come back fully and do something good. But right now it's just I am not in a good spot right now, guys. So if you can just, if you're a Christian, keep me in prayer, and help a brother out. You know what I mean? I am
He's got the fake tears going on. Oh my gosh, this might have to be a thumbnail. Woohoo. Jason, you have to help yourself. You must feel like crap coming online day after day, always asking for help because Shanny puts you up to it. I know that doesn't feel good. You'd feel so much better about yourself. Like even if you made the step to go find where you could get a Thanksgiving meal for you and Shanny, like go start helping yourself.
in need, and we are in need. Because the food stamps isn't even a nut. They cut our food stamps by like half. So it's like even
They cut them in half because you guys don't have the kids anymore. So there's two of you instead of four.
two people now. It's pretty hard to do with two people. Like it's crazy, guys. So if you could help me out, my PayPal is at RevDuke.
All right, we don't need to listen to his PayPal again. He's made sure to say it I don't even know how many times right now. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day, a great evening, wherever you are. Let's talk about this in the comment section. Like, it's getting old to watch this. Like, can you imagine living it every single day? And all they have to do is put in a little bit of effort and start helping themselves, but they don't want to. They don't want to. Anyways, you guys, let's talk about this in the comments. I will see you so soon. Bye, you guys.